Hiranna kalja potokurshi hemoto. Hirannaya tokurani kimaya takanya tata. Mohotaya vishitanya kalya potahashaka. Hirokomati haryamukode. Ishtaya mukupala karanda krusha hyarata. Tasha tokurutana kalya tatar yatanaka. Ma shivakarana kuruhutaya takalya matatai shivakaranaka. Mato ishivakaranaka. Reiki kala potuto shitakarana kalya tatara kiyamoto. We are here now in this moment of peace, love, joy, truth, understanding. Divinity is within me as the essence of all things. Divinity is my truth. Divinity is my love. Divinity is my peace. Divinity is my knowingness that all things are divine, all things are true, all things are conscious, and all things are free. We rest in this essence of truth. We rest in this essence of peace. And we rest in this essence of love. We know that the divinity within us is reaching for us from within our soul, from within our beingness, from within our truth. We know that the divinity within us is reaching for us as we consciously allow everything to be seen, everything to be heard, everything to be experienced within our own being. The beingness of us is the beingness of truth. The beingness of us is the beingness of love. The beingness of us is the beingness of the divinity that rests in all things. I seek for you now, my divine beloved on this earth plane. I seek for you now, my divine beloved on this earth plane. I seek for you now, my divine beloved on this earth plane. We are seeking for the consciousness, the understanding, the truth, the divinity within all things, as we seek for a partner, for a divine beloved, for an energy of consciousness to allow us to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, and to be understood as the divine being of light that we are, always have been, and always will be. I seek for you, my divine beloved on this earth plane. I seek for you, my divine beloved on this earth plane. I seek for you in the essence of consciousness and the grace and the truth and the beingness that I am. I always have been, and I always will be. I consciously allow you into my space of knowingness now. I consciously allow you into my space of truth now. I consciously allow you to become always known inside of me, as me, in the essence of me. We are one energy, we are one grace, we are one truth, we are one consciousness, and we are one love. What is the love of consciousness? What is the love of grace? What is the love of truth? What is the love of divinity? Do you know what the love of consciousness is within your own being? Do you know what the love of consciousness is within your own truth? Do you know what the love of consciousness is within your own space of peace within your being? I allow the divine beloved that is already within me to be seen, to be heard, and to be experienced and to be felt within my body, but also in my surroundings. I allow that energy of grace that is known by me, inside of me, around me, and everything I am doing. I am consciously aware that this being that is my divine beloved on this earth plane is coming to see me now, right? Is surrounding me, is upping me, is downing me, is seeing me, is consciously allowing me to be and become everything I have ever been and will ever be, consciously allowing the light of divinity and of grace to fill me now in the conscious space of unity and of Christ consciousness within my being. I am seeing that God's grace fills me now all the way into my core, into my essence, into my truth. I am now allowing God's grace to fill me, to fill me, to fill me into the core of my being, into the core of my essence, into the core of my true beingness. Now is the time to be aware that we are conscious, that we are graceful, that we are loving, and that we are free. Now is the time to be aware that we are becoming, that we are awake, that we are always in this space of true peace, of true energy and of true grace. I now know that everything within me is the consciousness, is the grace, is the truth, is the energetic quality of understanding who I truly am on this earth plane. When I came here, I received grace into my being that said, I am this graceful being of divine love and light consciousness. When I came into this earth plane, I received grace into my being that said, I will always be the consciousness that I am, always have been. I can consciously receive this grace into my being now. I can consciously allow this grace to become everything I have ever been and will always be. I consciously receive this grace into my being now. And as I'm receiving this grace, I'm receiving this grace, and this grace is accepting me into the divine consciousness of God's light, of God's grace, of God's energy, of God's truth, and of God's peace. I know that I am the essence. I know that I am the truth, and I know that I am the peace. This quality of grace that resides within me, this quality of consciousness that resides within me, this quality of understanding that resides within my heart space, within my knowingness, within my truth, this quality of grace that resides within me is the knowingness, is the consciousness, and is the truth. I love you, my divine beloved, because you are the me that is the essence of all things. I love you, my divine beloved, because you are the me that is the essence, that is the truth, that is the quality of grace, that is everything that has ever been and will ever be. When I seek for a divine beloved on this earth plane, I am not seeking for something that is different than me. When I seek for a divine beloved on this earth plane, I am not seeking for a consciousness that is a separate reality from my own beingness, from my own truth, and from my own bliss. The bliss of consciousness that dwells within me as the consciousness of all things is the seeking, it is the knowing, it is the truthful essence of God's grace that is everything I am, have ever been, and will ever be. So today we're going to do a little experiment. We're going to sit gracefully together. And we're just going to allow this graceful energy to penetrate our entire being. So we're just accepting, right? We're accepting this knowingness of who we truly are. Just fully, fully, fully accepting this knowingness of this beingness within us right now. I accept my knowingness. I accept my beingness. I accept my consciousness. I accept this place within me that is divine. This is the place of all knowing. This is the place of all seeing. This is the place of all experience. Gradually allow this place within you to be seen by you. So we're seeking within us deeper and deeper and deeper for the consciousness of our own truth. We're seeking within us deeper and deeper and deeper for the consciousness of our own grace. We're seeking within us for that consciousness that knows all things as free, divine, perfect, loving. Allow yourself to consciously reveal that place within you that is seen as light. Allow yourself to consciously reveal that place within you that is consciously seen as grace. Access that consciousness within you that can be seen as truth, that can be seen as consciousness, that can be seen as grace, that can be seen as energy awakening within your being now. Access that consciousness within you that can be seen as truth, that can be seen as grace. The awakening that's happening within you is so consciously aware of you right here, right now, in this moment. It's awakening within you, it's being seen by you, it's being experienced by you, it's being felt by you, it's being known by you. As we access this consciousness deeper and deeper and deeper within our beings, we allow this consciousness to expand from the energy within us into the consciousness of all things. We allow this energy within us to expand from within us into the consciousness of all things. We allow this energy within us to expand from the deepest part of our being into the graceful energy of consciousness that is revealed as a noticeable change in our energetic field. We feel this energy within us, expanding within us, gracefully receiving us, gracefully knowing us, consciously aware of us, consciously expanding into the graceful energy of all things. I allow you, my divine beloved, now to be a part of this energy that we are gracefully expanding into the consciousness of all things. I allow you, my divine beloved, now to be a part of this energy that is expanding from my being into the graceful consciousness of all things. And now this is the energy of grace that we're receiving. This is the energy of grace that we're feeling. This is the energy of grace that we're experiencing. So we consciously allow this energy to be received by our being, to be known by our being, to be felt by our being. This is the energetic moment of union that we've been seeking. This is the energetic moment of unity consciousness that we have been asking for with a divine beloved on this earth plane. Allow this being deeply, consciously, in awareness to accept you as a divine being of love and light consciousness. Allow this being to accept you as a divine being of love and light consciousness who stands in your truth, who stands in your power, and who stands in your grace. As we come together in this unity consciousness, in this union, in this play of receiving a lover into our beingness, we stand in our power, we stand in our grace, and we stand in our truth, and we give nothing outside of us that is not already within our own being. We give nothing outside of us that is not already consciously aware of who we truly are within our own true dwelling place of peace. This consciousness within us, this awareness within us, this truth within us is already alive in the consciousness of all things. It is already accepting us as a divine being of love and light consciousness, in our own truth, in our own essence, in our own peace, and in our own grace. So you make the union consciously aware of you. You make this union consciously aware of you. It's consciously coming into play as we are aware of the unity, right? Aware of the conscious grace. There it is. So expand it out now. This unity consciousness that dwells within you, that is the essence of all things, right? We are that union already. We already exist as that union within our own being. This is not an unconscious act where we are looking for something outside of us to fulfill us, to make us whole. We already exist as that wholeness, as that grace, as that truth, and as that union within our own being. The graciousness of consciousness is already within us. The union of consciousness, the union of grace, and the union of truth already resides within our own being. We already see it within us. And this seeking within our own being allows it to be felt, known, experienced, heard, seen in outer realms of reality. Do you understand? So the inner union, the inner divinity, the inner consciousness, the inner truth, the inner beingness, the inner dwelling place of love, it is already existent in us, as all things. I am a whole being of divine love and light consciousness. I stand in my power, I stand in my truth, and I stand in my grace. And I stand in the unity that already exists within my own being as the consciousness of all things. And as I affirm this unity and this union within my own being, I allow this wholeness that is within me to expand into the grace, into the truth, and into the consciousness of all things. And as that wholeness is seen within me and around me, another being may join me in the whole, complete unity of, division is only resilient if we do not know ourselves as kind, true, loving, peaceful, and free. So within this union, the division that we have seen in past relationships, right, in past reality, it doesn't exist. There you go. There is no division in this conscious space of truth. There is no division in this conscious space of peace. There is no division in this conscious reality that we are creating. I allow you consciously to be received into my being because we are already this energy of grace. We are already this energy of truth. We are already this energy of peace. Do you see? There we are. I allow you consciously to be received into the consciousness, into the grace, and into the truth of all things. I allow you consciously to be enveloped by the presence of grace, by the presence of truth, and by the energy of everything that has ever been and will ever be. We are consciously allowing ourselves to receive this grace deeply into our beings now. This is the grace, this is the truth, this is the allowance of energetic kindness, of love, and of peace. I am so seeking for my divine beloved within my own being. And this seeking within my own being allows me to become, allows me to be, allows me to know everything and everyone as divine, perfect, and free. I love you, my beloved. I love you, my true self. I love you, my divine energy of graceful, peaceful awakening in this moment now. We become free, we become true, we become loving, we become kind, we become this definitive energy of graceful awakening. I love you. We are one grace, we are one truth, we are one peace, and we are one consciousness in all things. We are free. We are free. We are divinely, essentially, lovingly, in this graceful moment, free. Kato no to. Neshatayata. That's it. Banaka Dishayata Met